Okay. I said I was going to play a tournament yesterday. I didn't. I'm sorry. It just wasn't very good. I lost like every single game. And my friends wanted to hang out, so I didn't finish the tournament. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. That's about it. Today we're doing, what was it was Thomas Haydenson? I think that's the organizer. The tournament's called Tommy's Community Tour Pokemon Week. That's what we're playing today. It's not one of those ones with like the top 8 gets the invitation thing. At least not that I know of. Just a tournament that we're gonna win. A reflection of my previous result would tell me that one place that this went particularly wrong was losing that first round. I ended up in this rut where I kept getting the weirder teams that are not standard and were a bit less normal, which made everything was much more difficult. So hopefully today we will be able to avoid that as we take steps towards victory. Okie dokie. One thing I want to see if I can figure out is how many rounds of Swiss is this meant to be? Well, that's finishing to slowed up. It says 5, but there's like 60 people here, so I'm willing to bet that we are probably playing closer to 7 or 8. So this could be fun. They have a Farigiraf there, honestly. I'm happy to just take this a little slower. If Farigiraf gets blitzed with a poor old Electro Drift, I'm kind of cooked. So I'm gonna just do everything I can to avoid that. This is taking this time. I kind of thought I'd have more to say. Actually, I thought of it. We're good. Thumbnails. If someone happens to watch 3 minutes into this video, is the thumbnail an improvement from before? I imagine the answer is yes, but like, surely it's an improvement, right? I'm not weird for thinking it's an improvement, right? Also, I could have just faked out, which is really annoying. The only good news is that I'm getting a parting shot into one of the evil men and women. Women can be evil too. On the other side of the field. Yeah, Quark Drive activates phase, that's unfortunate. Cool, so I get the attack boost. Fire shot goes off. Just want to double check. It's it's Covert Dark Whimsicott. That's worth noting. Water Farigiraf, Bug, Hands, Stellar Urshi. It should be fine. My thought is, hands to the field. There is now no way for them to do crazy damage. There will be no encores. And there will be no L's. Okie dokie. We winning? I mean, we got a crit fake out. That's a big step in the right direction, I guess. Special attack drop. Do you ever just like see that and know it means nothing, but deep in your heart it means everything? Like, who cares about the special attack drop? Me. I care about the special attack drop. This is probably not the smartest thing I've done all day, but I look at the matchup and I don't instantly think, Terra Bug. I think of someone overcooking saying, hey, what if they get their Fairy Miraidon in front of my Dragon attack? I'm kind of cooked, aren't I? And I'm hoping that they'll just slip up and make some mistakes along the way because of the Miraidon. on the back of the field that they have to respect the whole way through. Moonblast, that'll do good damage. Not quite good enough though. I mean, I guess the good news is they got their special attack drops on the Iron Hands instead of something important, so they're spending luck there. Whether they want to or not, they're spending it there. Ogre Pawn, me like. That's just a free switch to instant, isn't it? Actually, let's just verify how much time we have Trick Room for. Trick Room for 3. It's a free switch to Ogre Pawn, and I'll Psychic into Whimsicott. Wait, free swap to Ogre Pawn. You didn't hear that. Free swap to Incineroar. That's where it's free. On a different note, if that van don't move, he's about to get a free beating. Damn, get off the damn lawn. I know it's not actually the lawn, it's on the road, but like... The important part is that he's been sitting there for a long time, and I thought he was delivering a package for Mom, but he's still there. Maybe there's a lot of packages on the cul-de-sac, I don't know. Oh. They're spiky shielded, just as I thought they would. Making this Psychic a really go-to play. Yes. I'm just gonna Helping Hand Hyper Voice to get tons of damage. Because coming out of this, I'll have one more turn in Trick Room. So if I take my time actually, and don't focus on taking KOs, I can then just goof around for a few turns. Okay, here's my thought. If it's Whimsicott Ogre Pawn on the field, when I want to reset Trick Room, then I should be fine. Now, that is a problem right there. It's a Miraidon shaped problem. But I get to chip the problem down. And I can knock off the problem. I have a voice, how much damage into Ogre Pawn? Pretty good damage. Might as well have a couple. There they go. That is rough position for them. I was thinking about knockoff before, but a Helping Hand Hyper Voice will just obliterate them now. All three of their Pokemon. Ogre Pawn protects, they lose Miraidon this turn, or Whimsicott, it doesn't matter which one. Yeah. So they lose the ability to guarantee outspeeds. Ogre Pawn's going to protect. I know that much. Bang, Spike Shield, love it. But I know I'm taking out Whimsicott either way. No, even then I don't really see the vision. Leaving Whimsicott, like switching the Whimsicott there was just free damage on Miraidon to make less aggressive plays much stronger for me. Also, that means the Ogre Pawn is now trapped on the field. From here, I'm just going to swap hands to the field. Honestly, I think I'm okay just clicking Hyper Voice here to get into position. I don't want to give up a good position by trying to play it safe. If I get Instant and Miraidon on the field next to each other, I should be able to more or less just win the game. That being said, these games are not easy against the Worlds team. Like, it takes so much effort to get every little thing right. Verifying their terrestrialization would be nice. Is probably you're right on here. Yeah. Cool, that means we're going for Dazzling Gleam, really nice. Just gonna pick up both. Actually, that gives me a good idea of what they're gonna be clicking into instant as valuable damage. Cool, Crow on the Inez. So my question is, what are they clicking into? Yeah, Ivy Cudgel. So my thought is they're probably going to Ivy Cudgel into Miraidon, if we're being real. I'm going to Terastallize. My question is, does Dazzling Gleam pick up a KO? Honestly, I don't think it does, so I'm going to Electro Drift. Fake out into Ogerpon. I don't think it's going to come close enough at all. And that's -2 Ogerpon, so... Well, actually, here's my thought. If this goes the way I expect it to, I can just Helping Hand Electro Drift next turn. Oh, that's perfect. Ogerpon flinches. Dazzling Gleam, this is a good time to figure out. Neutral Dazzling Gleam, how much damage? Not quite 50. That looks like, what, 40? Maybe 35? Anyway. That's a bye-bye to the Miraidon. Well, I guess based on this, I'd say that I win drawn-out games more often than not against this matchup. But I'm not sure. My Electro Drift does move first, meaning I'm faster. Good. It does at least 50% to Hearthflame. Oh, it's a crit. I mean, that makes me feel all the better. Maybe, actually, no, wait, does that make me feel better? No, probably not, actually. It probably makes me feel worse, actually. Anyway, game 1 is a win. Let's see game 2. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that makes a little sense. Editor's gonna have to cut this out, cut this out, cut this out. We're back! There was a little connection issue, so we had to sort that out quickly, but, you know, it is what it is. I maneuvered around a lot of their key threats in a very effective manner. Some key details about this team that we learned in the previous game. Ogerpon is slower than Miraidon. They can go Tailwind if I want to play Tailwind, so I don't necessarily feel ultra safe. I predicted Farigiraf and they didn't play it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust by playing the same game, but I'm going to lean into what I learned from game 1, specifically do things like Fake Out, where it didn't necessarily feel super safe. Perhaps they'll adjust and bring Farigiraf. I'll try to figure out what their play is based on how they lead and stuff like that. If they lead the exact same, then I'm just gonna go for the Fake Out. If they do something new, then I might play a bit more cautiously to get more out of out of instant and its fake out, and it's just overall support. It is Mirage and Freedom in the front. Very nice. I didn't adjust, so my play should be a bit more obvious. Insane can survive the Electro Drift, though that's not guaranteed on any level. Right here, obviously I'm not going to be faking out. It's another pretty safe party shot protect. Especially knowing that I'm up a game, I can afford to just play the rhythm, if that makes sense. You know? Like, they're probably expecting this play from me, so they'll make the Volt Switch play again. Or they'll try to Electro Drift for the one-hit knockout. A valid play. Yeah, you know, actually, based on the damage, it is dangerous to play that. They could always be trying to Electro Drift Farigiraf since they ended up having so much troubles in Trick Room. And because they do adjust and go straight for the Electro Drift. Cool, they hit the roll that Instant doesn't survive. If I'm being honest, it's not likely for Instant to survive that. Should be fine though. It's Specs Miraidon now locked into Electro Drift, meaning how many Pokemon can now switch in on an attack? Okay, so they're Electro Drift, so Miraidon's not a threat. That means I can guarantee that I pick up Farigiraf this turn though. So in theory, I can Electro Drift Farigiraf, get rid of that, and swap Iron Hands in to take Farigiraf's hit. Bang, fake out back. You know what? It's a reasonable enough play. There you go, straight for the withdraw. That's interesting. Cool, Electro Drift is going to pick up the KO. I'm confident of that much. Perfect. What they can now do is they can go Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam. Or they can fake out. They can fake out, that's not great for me. For being real. Straight back to me, Miraidon. Fake out the hands. And then next turn, it'll be probably protect a Trick Room as I close combat the hands. If they show me Terra, then I'll adjust and go for Wild Charge. They've still yet to respect that close combat play though. Which is, that's quite a dangerous thing to do. To say it nicely. Would a double into Farigiraf pick up Knockout? It's very possible. Because you can just click Wild Charge, Moonblast, and that's always a safe damage play. You know what, I'm gonna play it. I'm just gonna play my instinct here. My instinct is saying, just go for the setup. You're up a game. If you do survive, it'll make it really, really difficult to win. Especially if Farigiraf is at low health, since they'll be incentivized to take that KO. Oh, that doesn't do enough. They could be going for the double into Nope. A double would have been enough on either, but they didn't do that, so it's enough on neither. Straight bars. Sweet. Very, very sweet. From here, I'm just going to close combat the Whimsicott, just start getting damage on it. It also just means that if they want to be clicking Moonblast into Iron Hands, or Choreograph for that matter, it will certainly maximize my opportunity to get knocked out, so that I can bring my Miraidon in. Because it only needs 1 or 2 turns of really safe brutalization on theirs. And that's actually really good damage. I wasn't expecting that much on the close combat, if I'm being real. I didn't pick up Iron Hands? Look. I think I'm okay with a double knockout, it's just not my favorite feeling. Cool. Maybe Choreograph survives this, but I'm not gonna put my eggs on that. It doesn't. Look. We're still in winning position. I thought I had more resources than that, if I'm being honest. I'm just gonna make a silly read just as a maybe play, you know what I mean. Yeah, I could have just terrestrialized. Look, if it were me making that play, I'd be clicking Wild Charge every single time. So I wanted to see if I could pull off something clever there. Turns out, I could not. Cool, their Tailwind peters out, meaning that if they are slower, they're in great position. I mean, either way, the game is over. It's a low health Miraidon versus a big health Miraidon. We're both going to terrestrialize here. I mean, if they don't terrestrialize for whatever reason, that'd be fabulous, but I know they're going to terrestrialize. So. I mean, a crit might be enough to scoot a KO here, since I am running higher. No. They've taken game 2. Where did it go wrong? Where did it go wrong? It's because I took a risk with Iron Hands. I needed that thing gone to guarantee that I had survival. Holy. That's really good information, actually. I only need to take about 60% of Miraidon at any given time to win a game. That's very interesting. So if I can take 60% of their Miraidon, and then I'm in a 1v1 where I'm guaranteed to move first, or I have enough juice in the tank to survive one hit, then I should win. I'm not sure if I have enough time, but I'm certainly going to try to do a calc right now. No. Did it just go to the wrong one? It did. Why did it do that? Oh, Showdown is having a bit of a moment. Mirai. Assume they are just regular specs. What is my me? God damn it, Mirai. Blank. We were on 172 200. Level 50 doubles. Actually, just call it singles and move on. Where's Fairy? Why is it hidden? Fairy does. Fairy. Assume I'm Fairy as well. I need about 60% as well. Even with the additional bulk. Even with the additional bulk, I don't really have the leeway for the required plays. Like, I can't... I still also need to be substantially healthy with Miraidon. Okay, so it worked for them. The Farigiraf lead was much stronger since they actually got to pick up Incin really safely. The way I'm going to adjust that is... I'm going to lead Incin. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on the rhythm. We've got a rhythm going here. If they're willing to keep playing the rhythm, pop an Electro Drift into potentially the Iron Hand switch, then I think we're going to be in great position. I honestly thought I was going to win game 2 there for more than a good second. It felt like it was well and truly unlosable, and then I lost. So, there's that. I mean, either way, I'm going to win, so... I have to. Well, I don't have to. But I would be deeply unhappy if I didn't, because I'd be stuck in round 1. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm going to be stuck playing people who are using the weird teams that don't generally win round 1. And then that's where I'm going to struggle the most, and then I won't have ideal practice for it. Besides Foul Play and Helping Hand, I just don't know what Farigiraf can do this turn. No, they're going to predict something in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Iron Hands and Protect, just so that I can scout their adjustment, whilst putting my adjustment out there as well. They know they can outspeed and one-shot Incin. They probably want it. They can, in fact, not outspeed and one-shot. Well, they can outspeed, but they cannot one-shot Iron Hands. Unless they expect it to be a different switch in. Oh, that's quite interesting. That is certainly quite interesting. So there'll be no fake out this turn. What I'm thinking is CC Psychic is a relatively safe play here. I want that Iron Hands gone. I am locking in very quick, but I have this feeling in my guts. Deep down, I have this feeling that... Actually, wait a minute. I'll get to that in a second. I have this feeling deep down that if I get rid of Iron Hands, this gets a lot easier. It's worth noting that their Miraidon was behind a light screen and it did like 60%. So if they don't get a light screen up, I can probably win outright, as long as I get even just a little bit of chip. I'm pretty sure they're thinking the exact same thing. If my Iron Hands moves first, which my understanding is that it should, it does, I pick up the KO. Hoo-wee! We're both like trying to bide speed control here, aren't we? It has to be Miraidon to the field. That much is certain. My problem is that in this position, they can just click Dazzling Gleam. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So I'm just going to close combat protect. I want, what's his face? Iron Hands to go down here. But I don't want to lose Farigiraf. Oh, they go for Electro Drift. Very nice. They must be clicking Psychic then. Yeah. Look, I made a safe play. It doesn't have to always work. Good news is, Miraidon to the field. They're completely out of position. What Pokemon on their team can actually run the ones with my Miraidon? My understanding is that none of them can. Instant won't survive the turn, but it'll buy me enough time to just... Oh, I made a really... Never mind. Never mind. Dangerous, dangerous. It's kind of working. So it's gonna come down to... no, it's not, because they have Farigiraf on the field. Actually, if it does enough damage to Farigiraf and Whimsicott, then I can win this. If I thought that through a little more, I would have been able to Trick Room or Hyper Voice or something to guarantee knockouts. But still, with no defense against it, they should take a massive hit here. Importantly, probably not massive enough. Well, that's the thing, though. They can Tailwind, that's not going to achieve much, though. And I've got a pretty free switch back to Farigiraf, just to say, hey, this is a Pokemon that can waste your time and spread your attacks. They go for Tailwind? What's their plan? Psychic into Miraidon, how much damage? Not much, but it's probably enough. Thing is, it's still spread, and they don't have the light screen up, so I know I'm doing more than enough damage on Miraidon here. I'm pretty sure that locks the game up, no matter how you look at it. Good, the electricity disappears. That's great for me, since that means Miraidon's going to come in, restart the electricity. We won't have to goof around with will she, won't she on terrain. I could play slow and just play out the fact that I have so much better defensive here. Like, let's pull up the calc. If this were to suddenly become a doubles Dazzling Gleam, yeah, it does nothing. It doesn't even do 50%. They do get Electro Drift, I forgot about that. They are faster than they have Electro Drift. It completely escaped my mind there. But here's the good news. Psychic's gonna come through. I'm sorry, Hyper Voice is gonna come through. Pretty good chip, honestly. It didn't even occur to me that they were gonna click Dazzling Gleam there. It slipped my mind. But I still have the advantage here. Since for one turn they are guaranteed to not attack. Which means this Hyper Voice will get unguarded massive damage. It probably won't be enough to KO, but it'll come close. That much is for sure. I'm going to attack individually just to ensure that I win. Which I do. First win of the tournament. I win game 1, lose game 2, win game 3. That's pretty good. I'm looking at the recording time, and it says we've been recording for what, 35 minutes. Thankfully, it'll be like probably closer to 20 minutes in the actual video, depending what I cut out. So hopefully that's better. Yeah. Thank you. We won game 1. We won game 3. We're moving on to round 2, and I'll see you then. It's a stark difference. Team 1 versus this team. One of those teams makes sense. Anyway, what I actually mean by that little silly statement is we're playing another standard team. We're playing something that makes sense. We're not playing a weird Groudon team and then a weird Zacian team. We're playing two teams I've generally seen before. It's nice. In theory, I can go fast no matter what, and that's safe. My instincts are telling me slow is the way, but okay, here's my thought actually. I lead Whimsicott Iron Hands. That means I can fake out relevant threats, and that gives me good damage into everything but Amoonguss. Their Amoonguss runs Sludge Bomb, so I do need to respect that. I can use Urshifu as the pivot as the do or die pivot. To say it nicely, you know. If stuff hits the fan. Yes, I'm trying not to swear too much. But if stuff hits the fan and it's not going the way we expect it to, then we might have a chance if we're using Urshifu to soak up those important hits. Alternatively, Urshifu could just be swapping in at the right time to win the game as a whole. I left Farigiraf behind, which was certainly an error of planning. Looking back, like, it's okay, but like, I'm not at any risk of just losing outright. But I'm gonna go straight for it. I'm going to supplement the silly nature of clicking Wild Charge with clicking Close Combat. Safer damage, and they aren't, but they very well could just oh, can they protect? Oopsie, they can protect. I thought that was like Assault Vest or something. I didn't check. My fault. My bad, homie. Oh, they're going for damage. It's fine. Water Spout, that does nothing. It actually does nothing, holy. I mean, if we're being honest, it probably did decent on the Whimsicott there. I kinda just want a Helping Hand Close Combat into the Rillaboom now. Okay, so Kyogre can just... Okay, let's say the Rillaboom U-turns. Let's say they U-turn to a Amoonguss. As a whole, the play feels very flawed. I'll pop a Tailwind just so that if they aren't respecting me, I'll get into good position. Cool, the Ice Beam into Whimsicott, it should go down. It doesn't, because I'm goated. It goes, that's actually worse. That is actually so much worse. Cool. If they want to click Water Spout, if they want to click big water damage for the rest of the game, oh wait, that's good. Yep, if they're clicking big water damage for the rest of the game, it's going to be reliant on... They're going to be so much more reliant on what's it called? On Water Spout to do the thing. And then I can just swap... I can swap Mirage onto the field. What's fun about that is no more terrain. You might be recovering a little bit of a chance of doing Water Spout damage. I'm not going to let you have that back though. Draco direct into the Rillaboom. We are going for the kill. Just to keep things safe, I'm going to go for close combat one more time. Kyogre protects. We kind of expected that, but I didn't want to get punished for being generous. You know, sorry, greedy is the word. I don't know where I got generous from. I mean, I am generous all the time. Generous is like my best quality, but it's not the point. My bet is Champao is in the back. Yeah, look at that. Problem for them is, well, I can't actually change my move. I have to Draco. And Iron Hands is what, minus 6 trillion defense is. Oh, it's minus 1. So I'm going to swap my Rana now just to keep it safe. And I'll probably just Drain Punch into Champao. If I get the attack off, that would be fabulous, since it's probably Ice Beam, Miraidon, Ice Spinner into oh, it's Icicle Crash. I didn't check the moves. I assume to be Ice Spinner, if I'm being honest. Crit's unfortunate, but it's not a big deal, since no matter what Kyogre is clicking, it is not going to do lots of damage. Yep, that does minimal. Nice. No freeze. Thankfully. Freeze says it's 10%. I am really glad that the world is generous and doesn't make us live through actual 10%. Tailwind for one more turn. Meaning, they are going to double protect. Meaning that ultimately I can Surging Strike Champao and Dazzling Gleam. If I'm being real, I wasn't predicting a switch there. I mean, they have to take the hit with Champao though, with Urshifu. Yeah, Urshifu didn't take that. It's legit. It's a crit. Crit did not matter. Oh wait, I forgot about that. I legitimately thought I wasn't getting that Surging Strikes off. GG's. That's certainly a pretty good game one. Apologies, had to grab a little towelette. Spilt my drink. Champao does not win the 1v10,032? Editor, cut it all out. Why terrestrialize you? Like, okay, let's be real. There's a great reason to terrestrialize you. It's because Sacred Sword could feasibly pick up a KO into Urshifu. It doesn't though, and that's really good information. Even after Light Chip. Yep. So it'd be what? After an Ice Beam, you still survive with a little bit of health on Stellar Sacred Sword, which is really interesting. Like, that's a good game one there. Yeah, Rillaboom, not Terra, at any point. I don't see Terra Fire being very good on a Rillaboom. for a team like this. You could probably get away with like Terra Steel or something like that. Or Terra Ground. Terra Ground would be decent. I mean, Terra Steel gives you the resistance to Calyrex Ice that you definitely want. Without sacrificing matchup into Urshifu too hard. So that's my criticism of their team. I'm not allowed to make any more criticisms ever. Ghost Urshifu is really interesting. I think that's going to be pretty good if they use it. So unless they want to lead, double check what the Tornadus has. Yeah, that's fine. So unless they want to lead, what's it called? Tornadus here, I should be in a position where I can more or less guarantee favorable position for majority of the game. My thought being, is there any value to switching my play? I'd say there probably isn't, actually. If I play the same game to the same outs, the game in general should trend towards me winning. Getting rid of that Rillaboom was massive. Yeah, I didn't bring Friggraph again. It may be pertinent to bring it for the third game. Just to say, hey, it could come down to Aqua Jet or some Sucker Punch. Or Grassy Glide for that matter. Any one of those three moves could be the deciding factor here. Let's be safe here. Chen Pao Rillaboom. They could just double Whimsicott if I Terastallize, honestly. I'm probably moving last anyway, so I'll just Drain Punch into Chen Pao. Like, even after the Tailwind, I probably move reasonably slow. So who's going to have to take the... Okay, Tortanus has to take the hit. That's not really much of a tragedy for them. Drain Punch, how much damage? That's actually really good damage, holy. Wood Hammer into the Iron Hands. Good damage on Iron Hands, honestly. But I do move next, which is really nice. Which means I feel very comfortable going Helping Hand, CC into Rillaboom. Since I'm very confident that's going to pick up a one-hit knockout at this range. I think it's a very good chance that Tornadus just doesn't attack. Cool. They go for Tailwind. There's no foresight on that play. Playman? What's a Playman? You know what? It wasn't my most intellectual play. That's about all I have to say to that. It just wasn't my smartest play. But I should still win. Rillaboom's got to escape Miraidon here. They know Rillaboom's cooked if they give it the opportunity. My thought being, Light Screens. Oh, please don't do that. I can just pop a Light Screen, can't I? Because I don't have one of those up yet. Yeah. And my Tailwind's not going to last forever, so. Okay, actually, no. Let's read this turn. Let's say Rillaboom hard switches to Kyogre. That makes a lot of sense. You know what? That's not going to change my play, though. Oh, no. Oh, it's Genpath, thank God. I very much let myself let myself do that. Did not feel comfy. Who messaged me at a time like this? That's my question. Oh, cool. It's tour announcements from the last round that's already finished. I love it. That's the mental herb coming in clutch right there. Can that... No, that Tornadus cannot protect. So if it survives this turn, it is pretty much screwed. Cool. I'm a bit concerned about the Kyogre matchup now. Okay. No, let's think this through. I got Speed Rillaboom. So unless they're gonna go for Icicle Crash Grassy Glide, I should be able to force big damage here. It looks like it very well could be the Icicle Crash play that I just described right there. I might have made a mistake here, man. My hope is that if I take out enough of them going into the Kyogre matchup, I should be fine, but oh my god, I called the play and didn't. It did not at all respect it. Yeah, that's on me. That's all me, man. This is why I probably should have brought Freegraph for one of the games. Oh no, my Tailwind. I'ma just, to be honest, this game's over, I'm just gonna kind of make plays that seem decent enough that could, in theory, technically, potentially work. Though, let's be honest, it's gonna be Icicle Crash into Whimsicott for the one hit. Yeah, worth a shot if they made a silly play that gave me a chance, then absolutely worth a shot. They did not let up whatsoever. Meaning for the future, I'm gonna need to respect Genpath. My thought is the adjustment I'd make is probably go for Farigiraf, Iron Hands, Trick Room. Because they haven't brought Amoonguss a single time. It certainly lends credence to me having a much stronger advantage in Trick Room. I'll double check. Has he been reporting those? Oh, he's been reporting those. Let's go. My goat, Sam. So my thought is Iron Hands, Trick Room should be able to win me the game. How many Pokemon do they have, like, offensively that could take out Iron Hands? 2, realistically. 2, maybe Urshifu with Rain and Genpath. Iron Hands, Farigiraf, Miraidon, probably Urshifu, if I'm being real. Actually, if I bring Whimsicott, I have a resist. So if I get to like the last little bits of the game, and I just need one turn where they need to click Water Spout to get the damage on something else, then I can, or Origin Pulse for that matter, where they need to click something like that, then I can totally just skirt by with some extra damage from Whimsicott. Kyogre Genpath. Good news is, Chen Pao can't Sucker Punch. Alright, so what are the Terror types here? Fake Out, Kyogre, and Trick Room. There will be no Sucker Punch. Icicle Crash realistically won't pick up Farigiraf. From there, we're just going to focus on Threat. For me, that'll be Drain Punch, Hyper Voice next turn, assuming this plays out the way I expect it to. It's not bad. It could be a Moongus, but I really don't think it's going to be a Moongus. I'm okay with my play still, knowing that I've put myself in a position to... I'll get Icicle Crashed on Iron Hands. That's fine. That is fine. Trigger Room! Let's have some fun. Yeah, Rillaboom's cooked now. Little bro is not making it. And I'm going to start pushing that Focus Sash on Chen Pao. Perfect. If I lose Iron Hands for Rillaboom, that is a great trade. Rillaboom is one of their most important Pokemon for this matchup. Also, they still don't have enough resource to break through quick enough. That'll pick up Iron Hands. It won't pick up Iron Hands. That means I am in fabulous position. In theory, I can just click Drain Punch into Chen Pao, and that's always a good play, since it will pick up Chen Pao every single time. We know they have Kyogre, so unless they have Rillaboom, this is going to be... unless they have a Moongus, this is going to be very, very difficult to win. They send in Kyogre. For me, the double protect is probably the smartest play that they can make. I'm just going to go for 2 single attacks and see if either of them don't protect. Though realistically, they both double protect. They both protect. A double protect, but I doubt either of them will go for double protect. 2 protects in a row. I love it when you have like double entendres and like mononyms and stuff like that. Those are fun. What is the final? Tornadus. Very nice. I get some chip and some healing on my hands. They didn't protect, which is really interesting because this Psychic's going to do really nice damage. Cool. Origin Pulse, that's probably a KO on both. Oh! Farigiraf. Goated. The bad news is I didn't bring Urshifu to capitalize on a position like this, which is really unfortunate because I kind of need Urshifu to capitalize on a position like this. The good news is I'm still in a great position. It's just not as great as I'd like it to be. Good, I just want to quickly double check that because I am prone to doing silly things and clicking silly buttons and being just all around a silly guy. They don't have Wide Guard, do they? I just clicked that twice, and there's no Wide Guard on any of these Pokemon. I don't think any of them learn it, nor do I think they would actually use it. Truthfully, I don't think Origin Pulse is doing the damage. They should be clicking Bleak Wind, Ice Beam. In a situation like this, I'm probably taking that pretty well, if not taking just one move and then ripping through. Cool, Kyogre protects, that makes everything a lot easier. They go for the Tailwind. Isn't Trick Room still up for like 2 more turns? Wouldn't that rely on them getting a lot more longevity out of their fellows? Terra's not off the board yet, but I'm not going for Terra-reliant moves. Like, tear out of grass right now, it's not going to make a difference. I could have swore. So Champ Power protects this turn. Let's start there. That's probably the safest play. But I was triggering for one turn, so Kyo could go for Kyo double protect is one way they could definitely get back into this. Kyogre misses double protect. That's going to make this so much easier. Cool, we come out of Trick Room with a restricted and a way to avoid the sucker punch. Also, they just don't have the way. Assuming this Dazzling Gleam for some reason. Actually, yeah, that's their out. Somehow they survive the Dazzling Gleam. If that happens, then it's well and truly over. They don't. Of course they don't. Cool. So, their next out does not exist, actually. The game is now over. Since I now Dazzling Gleam, Hyper Voice, and there's nothing they can do to sidestep that. The match has finished. Perfect. That's 2 wins. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's. I think I said 6. I'm expecting 8 rounds of Swift. So that's certainly a good step in the right direction, but I still have to win so many more sets. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll see you for round 3. Round 3. So, I'm a bit spooked by this team. Gavo here is freaking me out because I hate my Calyrex matchup. I hate it. What I can do is not. Well, my options are limited, to say it nicely. I can fake out safely onto how many Pokemon? Clear Amulet, Fairy, Life of Water, Covert Amoonguss. Okay. Good to note that. We need to get terrain up sooner than later. I think I'll bring Farigiraf Incin. Is that a good play? That's Booster Energy, Roaring Moon, Booster Speed for Tailwind. If I go Urshifu, you know what? I'm just gonna wing it. We've got 3 games to do this. If I win game 1, I can just fall back on a regular strategy for game 2, and it should be fine. Anywho, so my hope is that I will just blow up the Calyrex really safely using Electro Drift, since I know I can do that. And no matter what, they have no way of stopping that. Not in its entirety. So, I don't have a way to punish double protect is the reality. Actually, do I? Kind of do, actually, don't I? So what I'll do is I will, since they have no way of doing particular damage to my homie guy, what's his called? What's his name? Miraidon's his name. I'm gonna swap Farigiraf in. My hope is that they're not clicking anything but double protect. Perfect. That puts me in position. To go Fairy, Trick Room, and have Miraidon click Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, I'll go Fairy Psychic into Amoonguss. I changed my mind on Trick Room since they've got Amoonguss and they've definitely got Kelly. Ooh, a terrestrialization. On who? Roaring Moon. If it's bulky enough, it probably takes a Dazzling Gleam. That also means they're putting out Amoonguss to dry. Which means I could hard switch back to Incin just to get some more. I brought Incin, didn't I? I feel like I brought Incin. I can't even remember. Oh, Iron Hands is the one I'm thinking of. I can just hard switch back to Iron Hands. As I go for Trick Room if need be. Knock off into Miraidon. That's really good damage, honestly. I called the spots wrong, and that's probably going to cost me pretty dearly. Does Psychic at neutral pick up KO? Not even close, if I'm being honest. The only good news is that I take the, Actually, so... From here, I'm going to Volt Switch Amoonguss and Trick Room, probably. Yeah, let's go Trick Room. They probably should just protect Roaring Moon, because if he takes a Volt Switch, even without the specs, it's gone. Perfect. No Protect on Amoonguss would be valuable. They're Rage Powder. You don't do both. Both is not how this works. Volt Switch might not pick up the KO. It does though. It does. That's the important part. Going into Trick Room, we are in pretty decent position. I've got an Iron Hands that can just mollywop the big threats. And I'm yet to have activated my what's it called? My booster. Like the Thirst Spray. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And once that's going, Roaring Moon becomes absolutely 0% threat. Therein lies a massive problem, though. One Calyrex of a problem right there, though. I'm gonna go CC Hyper Voice since I should. Yeah, that's good damage. And without the Tailwind, I'm slower in Trick Room with both. Very interesting. So if Farigiraf is to survive this turn, I should probably win. Unless I want to go Acro into Farig. Well, even then, that's not a big deal. Oh, they went for the Iron Hands, okay. That's a free bring in for Urshifu. Honestly, I actually feel pretty safe going Aqua Jet Hyper Voice. Just get it really low and guarantee that he's getting knocked out here. Since I'm pretty confident Hyper Voice will pick up both. Nice. That was crit into the moon, wasn't it? I'm not very good with most Asian language. I'm pretty sure that's Mandarin. It could also be South Korean, but I'm not super sure. I mean, at this point I should be in a more or less unlosable position, right? Well, I say that, but it is decidedly not over yet. Think about it. Miraidon can't take the hit, and it's not guaranteed to move first. It's probably faster than me, if I'm being real. Does it have Sancier? It does. I'll play it out that I have. Maybe I'm faster. Oh, we're still in Trick Room. What is wrong with you? Dum-dum. Are we still in Trick Room? If we are still in Trick Room, then I win. The game's over if Trick Room's ending here. Well, now I'm just really confused. What? Are we in Trick? Am I about to lose a Trick Room match with my Trick Room-esque team? That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's faster than me in Trick Room. Meaning it's a slow-ass freaking Landorus. They hit the Earth Power. No! It is absurd that legitimately everything that threatens my team, I am faster than. Which is a great sign that I don't want to adjust. I do want to adjust. I want to adjust in a very important way. I'm probably going to leave Farigiraf behind as a whole. I could afford some different mons. Well, it's worth noting that if they go Tailwind, I can just counter their Tailwind with my Whimsicott. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. Well, okay. One thing I could do is I could definitely... You know, yeah. I think Incin over Farigiraf might be the play there. Because honestly, Trick Room wasn't helping me. Except for when it was helping me, like, it's too difficult to tell. That's crazy. Crazy, I tell ya. I still want to lead Miraidon, since I do kind of need Big M for that. Incin means that if they lead Urshi, Roaring Moon, or Ogerpon, they will be reduced on their primary offense. Yeah, I had no clue that I was playing against a team that could pretty reliably handle my offense in Trick Room. I was pretty much expecting Lando would just be at sped and move on. If I clicked Aqua Jet there, I was guaranteed win. But I didn't want to lose. Oh, it's because I didn't check the Trick Room. If I'd been paying attention, I would have just Aqua Jetted and moved on. Point being, it was a mistake. A mistake that cannot be undone. I'm probably going to commit much stronger to a hard switch aggressive play. For that, I'm going to go Terra Dazzling Gleam, pivot straight to Iron Hands. If they double protect, then Roaring Moon won't get to move next turn, which will spell out, for the most part, should spell out its doom. As I take a good chunk of Amoonguss and Roaring Moon. Are they going straight for the knockoff or the Tailwind? Which one? Both of them are pretty bad for me, honestly. Since I didn't bring Decided Speed Control, I left behind some pretty critical Pokemon as an attempt to sway this. Honestly, Volt Switch would have been a pretty safe play. Like, into Roaring Moon. Got their Rage Powder, that's fine. That is like the millionth time, though, that I could have just clicked Draco into a Fairy-type Pokemon. Like, into like a Fairy-Terry. Nope. Fairy-Terry, and I would have been fine. Hard switch to Incin. Is it Rocky Element? No, it's covered. I'm happy to just start chipping the Amoonguss down bit by bit with the Amoonguss down with what's it called? Wild Charge. For now, my hope is that I will just run through their team. Specifically aiming for... Well, they went for my Assault Vest. Very interesting. They don't really have... They have one special attacker. And that one special attacker does outspeed me. Honestly, I'm trying to call double protect, but I'm just gonna go for the Amoonguss. I want him specifically. He's annoying. Though, let's be honest, it probably is a double protect. Oh wait, what? For real? Why Rage Powder? What does that do? Attacking into the Roaring Moon's protect is better, isn't it? I'm so confused. I mean, Roaring Moon can now safely acrobatics into my homeboy. I guess that's something. Okay. This is where I get concerned. Tailwind for one turn. Let's see if I get a parting shot off. Realistically, I'm gone. I'm a goner no matter what. Well, no Sancier miss, but Instant does survive. Unfortunately, as a crit on Iron Hands, it probably didn't matter if we're being real. I've got a chance here. With the reduction on Landorus there, I could absolutely come close to doing what needs to be done. Actually, what I know is that I can send Urshifu in. They're now out of Tailwind, with no way to set it up. I fake out... Okay. Fake out Roaring Moon. Get rid of the Landorus. Let's verify that, because if I need to make a last minute adjustment, I don't. That homeboy is just nerfed to the ground. I can now Surging Strikes, fake out, guarantee that I take the Landorus, or at least take big damage on something, probably Callie. Yep. Good. Surging Strikes. It's decent shape, but it's not enough. Actually, that is exactly enough. Very interesting. I said it wouldn't be enough. It is exactly what we need. I'll put a parting shot into him, since Callie doesn't have the juice, does it? The thing is, I don't think I have the juice in the tank to actually win now. I take out Calyrex this turn. That much is for sure. Cool. That's something. It's a step in the right direction. The only good news is that Roaring Moon just isn't really a threat to Miraidon. So I am in a position where I might be able to clutch up a cheeky little survive on the double, since -3 acrobatics is their strongest move into it right now. Aqua Jet here. Dazzling Gleam, I absolutely must. If this works, I might be able to win. Okay, if I get a Dazzling Gleam off, I win. Acrobatics into... That's not going to pick the KO, is it? Okay. It is Sludge Bomb. It isn't for the KO. I now know that I can survive one Sludge Bomb. Righto. I can survive one Sludge Bomb. They've brought the same Pokemon both times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. What Pokemon on their team could potentially Rug Pull me in a really big way? In theory, if they want to use Mystic Water Urshifu, that could absolutely give me it could definitely make my blood run cold. But I wouldn't put that as my primary threat. Battle again with the same rules. I think I'm going to use Whimsicott this time. Probably drop Incin. It wasn't like Incin wasn't goated or absolutely necessary for me to win. But I want to see if I can just run away with the game using Tailwind, Electro Drift. Because then Ice Rider will have to just deal with that for the rest of the game. Thing is, if I lead Miraidon Incin, Amoonguss will get to move. Okay. I Volt Switch onto Amoonguss. To get out. Yeah, I'm just not sure how I want to play this yet. I don't want it to come down to do they crit, basically. I definitely want Urshifu somewhere in my game plan. Being able to two-shot Calyrex with Surging Strikes is really nice. They've showed a tendency to lean into their speed against me, so I'm going to do that for one game. I'm going to go Iron Hands. I was really thinking about Instant, but I think Iron Hands is just going to be a little better. My expectations is that after after a singular Tailwind, I should just be able to run away with this game. Especially noting that Callie cannot handle me. Since I know I outspeed Landorus substantially here, I could just go Fairy, Terra, Dazzling Gleam, Helping Hand, and just go for the one tap on Landorus. Since I know I'll move first. Yeah. If I one tap Lando, this could be really good for me. You know what? What's a big play? Come on, have some fun with it. I've got myself 2 wins. Worst case scenario, I'm fighting for my life out there, knowing that I can only win 2 more sets. In theory, if this works, I'll run away with the game, as Landorus shouldn't have the bulk to realistically survive this. Cool, follow me. That's perfectly good. That means I'm not taking big damage on an Ivy Cudgel. How much does the Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam do to Landorus? It doesn't pick up the KO. That's not great. I think Helping Hand Light Screen will just, Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam will just do more damage to the Ogerpon, which is kind of what I need. Oh, they protect. Righto. I think they're just trying to get as much out of out of Miraidon as possible, given the position. If they don't take Miraidon this turn, I'm probably going to win. They get the crit. They got the crit. That is absurd. They got the crit. Unbelievable. Okay, so we send in Urshifu, who I know outspeeds. Who I know can outspeed and take out Landorus for sure. I'll chain that with a hopeful KO on Urshifu onto Ogerpon. I'm really hoping that I just somehow move first. I probably won't, but somehow. Oh, I do! I do get the knockout! Wait a minute. This is suddenly very possible despite the fact that it feels like I'm in a terrible place. It honestly feels kind of hopeless, but given the situation, this is certainly the most open a game's been for a little bit. I don't know if they can afford Tailwind. Like, can they put up? They're not. I don't know if they can afford Trick Room, knowing that I have a Pokemon in the back that they haven't seen yet. What I'll do is I'll Surging Strikes into Calyrex, Moonblast into Urshifu. My Surging Strikes does go first. That means that on the worst case scenario, I'm at least in decent position. If they go for Trick Room, I should be in great position. My Moonblast does go next. It doesn't pick up the KO. They go for Taunt. Why? What's the Taunt going to achieve? That means I'm in a position to reasonably guarantee that this game's over now. My problem's not Urshifu, honestly. Okay. It definitely could be a speed tie. My gut's telling me this is the time to click Aqua Jet. If you should have clicked Aqua Jet before, now is definitely the time we should. I should have helping handed. Aqua Jet, decent chip. It's probably just Glacial Lance if we're being real. Yeah. Sorry, Whimsicott, you're gone. I guess I'll never know if I outsped for Sherzies. Wait a minute. I know that I outspeed for Sherzies. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Can Urshifu do the damage to Iron Hands? My problem is that I have to play around protection energizing. And I have to close combat. Okay. So this is going to come down to does a high horsepower KO Iron Hands? In my opinion, it probably will. How much time is Trick Room up for? 3 more turns. They can't double protect here, that'll lose them the game. Then I can just take out Cali. I just have this impression that they're gonna protect Calyrex. Yes. Tell me it's attack on Urshifu. No! Wait a minute. Actually, no, that's fine. Don't lose the cool yet. Don't lose your cool. So, in theory, Wild Charge is a KO every single time. No? I fear what a Surging Strikes can do to me. That being said, the Rain Surging Strikes didn't pick me up last time, so I'm going to play that out. I clicked Close Combat, didn't I? Tell me I clicked Wild Charge. Tell me this somehow I know I didn't, but tell me somehow I clicked Wild Charge. I did move first. Ugh. If I had thought even for a second about what I was doing there, I could have won. High Horse. It did. If I'd Wild Charged, I would have won. That is the truth. What an unfortunate way to lose. Damn, if I'd Wild Charged there, I would have been fine. That really sucks. That's lost one of the tournament. Yeah. Now we're talking about how he could have missed there. I should have used Wild. I didn't put Wild in my message. Wild Charge. Slipped my mind. Yeah, if I'd clicked Wild Charge there, it would have been completely over, no outs. I would have picked up the KO. A resisted attack did that much damage. It didn't even occur to me that Terra was even on the board. If I'd planned for that, then I would have gotten the Dubsky there, but again, it slipped my mind. No way around it. So, yeah. We'll have to remember that going into round 4. Speaking of, we'll see you at round 4. Round 5. Fight. Oh, is this the Screamtail Zombicide? Oh my lord. This is a team. The team more or less makes sense. It's Encore Disable, that's very fun. Booster Energy with a Terra Grass, very cool. Ghost Grass, Normal, Water Grass, Ghost. Which means 2 of their Pokemon can take a Draco Meteor. 3 of their Pokemon can take a Draco Meteor. That's only because it has a Sash on the Chien-Pao. So, what I'm thinking is, let's obliterate them. I can just go faster. Wim's got Urshifu, Miraidon, and then play for Igarath just as a good defensive tool. Normally I don't lock into Whimsicott that easy, but honestly I can just go faster than them. If I move first, great. Because the amount of Pokemon on their team that can actually, make me move second is exactly 1. Actually 2, technically 3. If you can't priority moves, it's technically not as simple as I'm making it look. But practically speaking, it is just... I'm going to Trash Slice here. Trash Slice Tailwind. Practically speaking, it's just... Actually, I should go for Zamazenta, shouldn't I? Is it Terra Grass? Yeah, it is. Just go for Zacian while it's Zacian. For Zamazenta, what's a problem? They do Terastallize, I got that part right. With the Rage Powder, I can no longer safely just click the win button. Is that Rocky Element? Yes, it is. I am a bit concerned about a Heavy Slam or an Iron Defense. That being said, if they Iron Defense, I am in actually pretty decent position since I'll get to attack first and just do massive damage. How much damage does a close combat do? About a quarter. That's not terrible. They're not going to Iron Defense, are they? They're probably going to Heavy Slam. Yeah. And I take that Heavy Slam very well. So. I mean, Urshifu's out of position here. What I can do is I can pivot. Well, I have to pivot Mirana into the field. That much is for sure. I absolutely must. Helping Hand Draco probably does enough to brutalize the Zamazenta beyond safe point. I think I got that Spore on point. Spore. Oh, Pollen Puff. That's not great. Not quite full health. Let's go Light Screen. Does Light Screen affect this game in any particular way? No, it doesn't. Tailwind for 2. I'm dying. I'm dying here. Yeah, the switch doesn't do much. I'm just gonna Moon Blast Draco into Zamazenta here. I want me a Zamazenta body. That is the ultimate challenge here, is getting that body. They do Rage Powder, that's kind of the smart play. Could have Volt Switched to... Oh, for fuck's sake. Is this seriously what we're doing now? If this is just going to be how the game goes, I don't know if I'm going to play it. Like, if this set is just going to be miss, failure, miss, you're a failure, miss, then I might just say, you know what, maybe I am a failure, but I'm not gonna let luck decide it. Trick Room, they don't have Big W, do they? They do not have Wide Guard. Big W, as the kids are saying. Big W. They've outsped me every single time, I'm pretty sure. Or at least I feel like they did. My brain is probably writing in a truth that isn't real. But if I write in the truth that is real, then I'll be really smart. And everyone will love me. More than they already do. It's an important thing to specify. The more they think, the scared I get. The more spooky, ouch, ouch I feel. Camillanator? Camillanator. Hit you up with the Camillanator. Zamazenta protects. Fair play. I still don't know for Shoresies if I'm in good position or if I'm throwing the game away. I twist the dimensions. Tailwind peters out. Good timing. Psychic's a wasted move. Oh, I can't click Electro Drift. Why did it reset? Very weird. They can't follow me, so I'm guaranteed my first attack. Okay, that Zamazenta is faster than me. Picking up their Zamazenta, yep, the Zamazenta, that's what it's called. Picking up the Zam is really nice. Getting that attack boost at the same time is also really nice. Miraidon does not take much from the Dazzling Gleam, which is so good. Because if we're being real, they probably should have gone for a for an encore or a disable or something. What I can do here is I can just Psychic into a Moongus and then pivot to Urshifu. And then I can just go for Screamtail next turn with Hyper Voice, Surging Strikes. Probably. Or it'll be Psychic into a Moongus for the knockout. Either way. This game feels like it should be over a few times over. No puns, no jokes there. That's a Champ switch. Gosh darn. You know, if they're clicking Encore into Farigiraf, I might never recover. That would be the craziest read I've ever seen. If they get this... Okay, Farigiraf Psychics. Show me not Encore. No way! No! There's no chance that they actually got that. They pulled up with that one? No way! Honestly, just given the position, I don't feel comfortable letting Chien-Pao... I just threw there. No, wait a minute. Actually, that's decent for me. That's decent for me. Chameleonator. Chameleonator, that's what it says. Use your brain. You can do it. Words aren't that hard. Chameleonator. Doofenshmirtz looking ass. Anyway, that couldn't have gone much worse. To say it nicely. Maybe Dazzling Gleam picks up the Urshifu here. Please? Yeah, it does. The good news is, I've kind of pinched that Chien-Pao. Like, everything is a lot tougher with the Chien-Pao. Also, how long does Encore last? 2 more turns. Holy. That means I have to Psychic this turn. So I Psychic into a Moongus. Except I don't because I Dazzling Gleam to try and pick up. They have got my number. They have got me on wraps. I have no chance if this keeps progressing like this. If things keep going like this, I might be cooked. This is the last round of Swiss? That's a good time to tell me. The dimensions return to normal. I can't do anything though. I can't do anything. You know what? Screw it. I'm going for the Psychic. Into a Moongus. I'm just gonna do it. Impulse. Ah! Ah! How long is that disabled for? Oh God! I mean, the game's over. I ended the Encore, which means I can just Encore me because I never got rid of that stinking Chameleonator. Hyper Voice. Struggle. Let's see. They Dazzling Gleam. Doesn't do over 60 damage to him. Knowing that that I have to use a physical attack to beat Chien-Pao, it's something maybe. If I struggle the right slot, nope. 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 You know what? If I win this round, I should get top cut. I lose game 1. But in theory, if I win this game, if I win this set, then I'll make top cut, which is really kind of the goal here. I mean, we've gone two wins. That's certainly a step in the right direction. It's a lot better than going 0 wins on the last 2 tournaments I've played. It's not great. Did I get 0 wins on the last tournament I played? Like the one on the 17th. That one might have been a bit better than just losing every single game. Anyway, let's see if I can clutch up. Honestly, Urshifu wasn't very good there, was it? Neither was Whimsicott either. It kind of just left the game open. All of them, as a whole. If I lead Incin Miraidon, leaning into my Trick Room mode. Probably should have thought that through more, but I'm just going to go for it. Sash Ghost Chien-Pao is just a bit spooky for my team. I mean, I can take my time since I don't have an Urshifu, which is really nice. If I were building the team, I probably would have Urshifu over Screamtail more times than not, but you know, I'm not using that team for a reason. Now they're in a tough spot. And tough spots are good spots. No matter what Zamazenta wants to do, I can hit it with a neutral Dazzling Gleam that is safe. Mostly. Right? Yeah, it's Icicle Crash on Chien-Pao instead of... It's Icicle Crash instead of... What's it called? Icicle instead of Spinner. So I won't lose my terrain for taking some damage. And they can like pivot my mons around to take his better. Chien-Pao Protect, that's fine. That play was just double protect, if I'm being real. Yeah. At this point, now they can go Heavy Slam Throat Chop, which should give me a safe pivot into hands. So I switched hands in. Yeah. Okay, that's my play. It's not an amazing play, but I'm going to hard switch to hands. Parting Shot to Chien-Pao. Let's see it. Because they're probably doubling the Miraidon slot just to get rid of it. Yep, that's kind of what I expected this turn to look like. Yes. Since they both double attacked, so I send Farigiraf in. I'm gonna fake out Trick Room. It's dangerous because I'm not faking out into Chien-Pao, but if they terrestrialize Chien-Pao to escape the fake out, then they'll have to deal with the Psychic. And they'll have to deal with close combats if they do that. So as a whole, they probably don't want to be attacking Chien-Pao. Which I was right about. They terrestrialize, okay. That means my Hyper Voices can do meaningful damage to Zamazenta now. Assuming I actually... No, that's... I get through this turn. That much is for sure. So as long as I keep making decent plays, I should be in a winning position. So if they're going to attack, it'll be body press into hands. Play Rage Powder. I can also preserve my fake out for Champ Hal and other threats. Let's see. I'm gonna cast Protect. It probably means Champ has to Protect again. No, it isn't. Okay. Very nice. -1 Heavy Slam shouldn't do too much damage. Iron Defense. That's greedy. Trick Room for how long? 3 turns. Draco into Zom. Psychic into Amoonguss. Zom should probably just protect, if I'm being real. But at the same time, if they've been greedy this game on a few little knickknacks and doodads, so I'm hoping that I might be able to pull something off here. The defensive synergy on Chien-Pao in Zamazenta is crazy though. That much is for sure. It is crazy. Okay, how much time do we have in Trick Room? Two turns. Don't forfeit, oh my lord. We're going to switch Iron Hands into the field. And we'll Psychic into Zamazenta. I'm calling Miraidon. I am calling Chien-Pao Protect. Either way, if they switch to Amoonguss, in theory they'd be taking tons of damage, so... Oh, Zamazenta switches. What two? Greenfield? Yeah. They have got that Chameleonator on wraps. It is crazy. It is so impossible to predict that thing. It does protect though. Oh. Give me a drop. Nope. Fake out into Chien-Pao. Hyper Voice. I need Hyper Voice. If I'm clicking Psychic for the rest of the game, I'm going to be stuck making prediction after prediction after prediction, and I don't want to do that. Their whole team is not a big fan of... Did I fake out the wrong slot again? I'm thinking I might have. It's very possible I did. I mean, Protect on the Chameleonator is pretty good. Yeah, and faking out Amoonguss is not my brightest play, but it's good enough. How much does Amoonguss take on that? Decent damage, not great. The Twisted Dimensions return to normal. I'm going to Parting Shot on the Chameleonator. And I'll Trick Room. If they want to give me... If they Encore me, then they're taking damage. If they disable, it won't work. Zom comes in. Encore. That's fine. I am perfectly okay with Encore on Hyper Voice. Parting Shot onto Chameleonator just makes everything easier. All these notifications today. Holy. Jill. Who's trying to message me nowadays? Oh, there's just people trying to register to a tournament. And they're messaging about how I registered to this tournament. Man. If you don't... well. Hard switch to me right on and hyper voice. To be right on. I said Miradon. And I very much meant Incineroar. Just that Miradon has the best matchup possible into Zamazenta. It's probably disable if I'm being real. Oh, it protected. Does that mean Zamazenta is also protecting? Oh my god. Wait, that's good for me. I finally played them. Also, this is taking its sweet time. I might be able to win this, but it's going to take forever. I was like completely convinced for some reason that they would be attacking you, even though double protect was kind of a smart play. But I outsmarted them by being stupid. And dumb is the best kind of outsmarting. Iron Defense again? What is it? That is greedy with a capital G. And you are not that G. Cool, I end the Encore. I'm just gonna knock off Chameleonator and protect Farigiraf, since Farigiraf is the threat. Tell me I've made the play that can win me a game. Tell me I've done it. Please. Oh, thank God. If there's a God out there, he's looking down on me and he's thinking, yeah, you're fine. You're not the greatest, but you're fine. And all I'm going to say to that God is, thank you, mister! You are my G! G is for Guy. G is for God. You'll be, interested? Not necessarily glad, but interested to know I'm an atheist. I personally buy into that. Now, do I think there might be a higher power? Probably. I think if there is a higher power, there's no way to know. If there is a higher power, there's no way for us to know until we die. I think it is like one of those things where it's like, whether he's real or not, we don't have the capacity to fully understand that while we're alive. I got that part right. Let's go. Body press into instant. That is fine enough. This game has just been such a cluster. It is freaky. Every single turn has been super hard to feel super ultra confident on, but I finally feel like I'm on my stride. Fake out. Good. Champ half inches. They go for the body press into Farigiraf. It crit! It crit! Man! Well, GG's. That is... Unless by some miracle my resistance is good enough and I'm somehow top 16, I'm not. That's the truth. There are too many people with a better rank than me. Man! It all just came down to that crit. If I didn't fake out Champ... It was a fucked if you do, fucked if you don't situation. Like, there wasn't a correct play to make there. There was just the play I made. Why? Another crit? Heavy Slam. Yeah, I'm technically not dead. I kind of wish I was at this point. Like, this feels horrible. I mean, I should win from here, but it still feels horrible to be in this position at all. Ugh. Also, if they didn't crit there, I would feel so much more confident in my dub. The only good news is I've got terrain protecting me. So it really is just going to come down to, does Amoonguss have the raw damage with Pollen Puff? To which I would say no. No, it doesn't. I'm going to close combat to kick this off and then start spamming Drain Punch for the rest of the game. This is not what we're doing! Why are we dragging this out? Isn't terrain here for like 3 more turns? You're not going to realistically skirt away to a position where you can win. This feels like a ploy to drag the game out. If they win, I take it all back, but right now it kind of feels like they're just trying to drag this out because they know they can't win. They can still win the set, they should just focus on that. This game's over. Like, Amoonguss can't win. Not here. It's completely out of position. There's nothing it can do. It doesn't even do 3 damage. Thank you. I still don't understand the protect. Again, it really does just feel like a ploy to drag this out a little further. The dual fake out seems to be the strat there. How long is this game going to take? 45 minutes? I don't know. I'm at the point where I want this game to be over. Win or lose, I just want it to be over. Because I've got work at 5 and I would actually be very okay with losing now, because if I make top cut, I'm going to feel very strongly about playing. I think the Insane... Ooh, not being very responsive there. The Insane Miraidon lead was fine. And I really liked Trick Room old game. In terms of preservation, Iron Hands is the best Pokemon for Warden. A bulky electric type, that would do it. In theory, Urshifu can also do it. But I don't love that because, you know, it's not really bulky in the same way that Iron Hands is. Also, the decided lack of Rillaboom this whole tournament is crazy. Also, I played Kyogre like 30 years ago. I mean, I'm sitting here. This tournament started at 11 a.m. for me. That is like far out. Nearly 4 hours ago? 4 or 5 hours ago? No, it'd be 4 hours ago. I can math. Point being, ugh, stop taking so long. What's the instant Terra type Ghost? I don't fear Zamazenta that much. I'm gonna fake out Terrastalize Draco. It's a big play. I'm willing to just play big here and see if I can win. Because if I make really big plays and it works, then boom, end of story. If they don't predict my big ass plays, that's on them. Of course, they could just go Terra Ghost and say, yeah, we're not dealing with that. And that is a problem, but for now, it seems okay. Of course, if they Terrastalize, that's a big problem, but they're balanced. How fast could they possibly be? Zamazenta protect. God damn it. Cool, getting the fake out into instant though is very nice. Since that means if they're trying to parting shot or Will-O-Wisp or something like that, probably a parting shot, they will fail. I'm happy to just parting shot Zamazenta, pivot to Iron Hands. The defensive synergy between Fairy Miraidon and Iron Hands is actually pretty decent. I'm hoping that that'll be enough to just make this game difficult to win. Okay, they're going straight for it. I guess they got the KO. If I'm gonna be honest, I thought I lived +1 body press from Zamazenta. They do just parting shot. Look. Maybe going for a massive play off rip wasn't the smartest plan. Because it certainly left me out of options. -1 Iron Hands is not doing anything. End of story. This will she, won't she with Champao and Zamazenta is really frustrating because no matter what I do, I'm going to always be in a tough position that I can't entirely win. I'm pretty sure +1. I'm pretty sure +1 body press won't pick up the KO on Brig. If it does, so be it, but, you know, I'm really hoping it doesn't. Yeah. Sucks. This whole matchup sucks, if I'm being honest. I can't handle this. This dinky Zamazenta is just way too much for me. I'm in position, but it's way too much for me. Furthermore, I hyper voice close combat. I think I know what the play is. I'm just making a play that in theory progresses a win con. Truthfully, 9 times out of 10 they should just terrestrialize Instant and win the game. If they see that, well then I'm cooked and I'll just forfeit. Maybe, probably. If they don't see that, then I might be able to just claw this back together. Okay, it's not completely hopeless. If Hyper Voice picks up Instant at that range, I can win. Instant's faster, that's actually just the death blow right there. I didn't even consider Instant doing that. Like, I got Chip onto Zom, and maybe one of these days I get a crit. And like, you know, it's a solid maybe I get a crit sometimes. But with no clear vision of when they will unleash terrestrialization or how they'll do it, I can't win if I'm constantly having to try to sidestep these annoying little threads. I'm just gonna click big damage button and move on. If by some miracle it's a step in the right direction, then great, but why are they... Stop taking your sweet time! Oh my god! I can't be the only one getting really pissed off now. Like, dude, just... You're winning. Just capitalize. I don't get the vision. It don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Just win the game already. Mate. I just want it to be known. You're starting to piss me off now. Why even harassed? Man! This whole game feels like This whole game just feels like a ploy to waste my time. Holy crap. They've won 10,000 times over. Can they just do it now? Can they just take their damn win? Instead of taking 30 years to click double protect and then going, oh yeah, just freaking win the game! Stop wasting so much time! God! That's really annoying. I appreciate playing to your outs and not leaving the door open. This is fucking ridiculous though. This is a fucking joke. This is a fucking joke. Could you have not... I'm saying this with the fullest understanding that the answer is yes. Yes, they could just win. They just spam Pollen Puff and... Like, all they gotta do is just spam Pollen Puff. That's pretty much covers the whole game. Zamazenta never goes down, no matter what I do. The terrestrialization makes essentially no difference. Yes, little damage rolls might impact it. Maybe if I get a crit, it makes a difference. But at the same time, look at who you're playing against. You're playing against me. I don't get crits. Not when they matter. That's just kind of the truth. I never get crits when they matter. Unless I'm clicking Surging Strikes. Those crits always matter. Never disrespect Surging Strikes. But seriously though, like... That's a deflating loss right there. I'll wait to verify it. We were the last match to finish actually, so... I'm probably going to just do the thing right now. Even in defeat, I lose. Across 5 rounds, and this one is me just being a petty little asshat. I didn't get the buy a single time. That really annoyed me. But let's be completely fair to everyone else. If I got that buy, I was probably losing top 18. Top 18. Sorry, top 19. No, 19? Top 16. What is happening? I would have lost top 16 if I got the buy. So losing there isn't necessarily a big deal. It really sucks that it happened like that. In that it just really felt like it was, like, honestly though, like, let me be angry for a little longer. It just felt so dragged out. There are just so many turns where you're like, the double protect is achieving nothing. It's just a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time as well. Like, I appreciate running out the clock on terrain and Trick Room. It was certainly a smart play at the end of the battle when they wanted to put Miradon to sleep. That was certainly a smart play then, but even with that, it just stunk so much to feel like every single turn was the final turn. And then it kept going and going and going. It's like, come on. Let it be over. This doesn't have to be some sort of painful Band-Aid ripping session. As of now, on the ladder, I am ranked 39 out of... Wowee. Actually, no, their records actually do apply, so... 39 out of 77, that's not my favorite number. Neither of them are. 39 divided 77 times 100. The only good news is I am in the top. Single elimination bracket. What's going on here? I'm gonna double check it. I'm not on that bracket, am I? It doesn't look like it. I'm gonna quickly triple check pairings to see what's going on here. Yep, I'm gonna quadruple check on my dashboard to make sure I'm not missing a game. Perfect. That's good. It's unfortunate. I would have hoped to go further after winning the first 2 rounds, but here we are. 2 wins, 3 losses. My run in the tournament is officially over. I'm gonna be real. I don't think I have the stamina to keep doing tournaments every single day. I will continue to do tournaments pretty much every day. But like tomorrow probably won't be a tournament. I'm gonna double check. Actually, tomorrow probably will have a tournament. Actually, tomorrow probably will be a tournament. But that will be more of a shorts thing where I'm going, hey, are people interested in me doing tournaments through shorts as well? Because if I wake up on time for the Geek Store tournament and it, assuming it picks up, if I wake up on time and the tournament's picked up, I'll do Fantasia Geek Store for the and that'll be a really small tournament, so hopefully I'll be able to win that. After that, turned off. After that, I'll probably do the Biff Pips Battle Frontier. That's one I've played a few times. I enjoy that tournament a lot. Good people over there. But yeah, that's about it for me. Even in defeat, I lose. Like it, subscribe it, and I'll see you around.